thought I baptized you. Can't imagine a rush to them too when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2. Then it's off to a school where it's all you can do, being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a 2-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing and being a clod. Distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of giving a light. I left some will, the spirit away. I let my fears materialize. I let my skills deteriorate. Haunted by the thought of what I should have been. Continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky. It's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Used to paint. Hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human face. Stenciled fire in his roommate's face. It was bloom and addiction. A miss and a push and a pigment. Book like a tattooed pigskin look. Pinhead kids in a minute. Drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic. And I grew up in a linseed oil ever linen. Joy to the poison. Voice to the resin. Capture a map of a gesture. Back up, add a little accurate fat to the figure. Redo that, move that inward. Zinc white lightning shoots from his fingers. Studios strewn with illusion and tinctures. Stay tuned for the spooky adventures. You can imagine the stars that align when a forearm starts foreshortening right. Or a torso hung on a warping spine of a portion reads as warm and alive. Routine day with a dirt cheap brush. Then a week goes by and it goes untouched. Then 2, then 3, then a month. And the rest of your life to beat yourself up. I left some seasons eager to fall. I left some work to bury your life. I let my means of being dissolve. I let my person curl up and die. Eating up his innards and unfeasible anxiety is brutally committed to relinquishing his privacy, aligning with the trials of the anti-Midas. Snap on the back lawn, look up in the sky. It's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings.
My second body cost a lot. After I bought it, I just wore it home. Reading philosophy and gossip rags. Spending my bottom dollar on my toes. I'm a pacifist who's never not been pacified. I'm a piece of... It's a point of pride. I'm the super rich complaining I want more in life. Cry, baby, cry, oh, cry, baby, cry, oh. Really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With the season winding down, thoughts are already beginning to turn to the playoffs. But you gotta play it out to the end. So these guys will need to keep the focus on this game and not start looking ahead to the postseason. It's the Browns going up against the Jaguars. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Well, Larry, with a sign of fans splashing in pools behind the end zone, we can only be in one place. That's Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Tonight, it's the 512th and final game of the regular season, and we've got a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughton. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Here we go, the final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Central Florida. It's Blake Bortles.
I can't help but chuckle because I always remember when Blake Bortles got drafted as the 3rd pick in the draft. the year he came out of UCF, so many people were in shock. They couldn't believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars had not tipped their hand ahead of time. I think they were very happy to get him once they did.
They'll run the option left. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Throwing on second down, finding time, and seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's third down. Now look at the starting unit, and here's to you, Mr. Robinson.
Oh, I like that one. Allen Robinson, I love coming out of Penn State. Everyone kept telling me he's not fast enough, and I kept pointing to the film and saying yes, but he catches everything. He's definitely a threat.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Throwing his Bortles on third down. Surveying the field. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. This is Isaiah Crowell, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get him to the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
That coach is always hard on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try to run for him with Crowell. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a fourth down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go!
They're going to try and throw. A little dump off for Crowell. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throw now on first down. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together, and now it's paying off in the game.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They're going to look to throw, and he rifles one incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's 2nd down. And here's a look at the starting offense. 2nd down following the incompletion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the 1st.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And this seemingly endless drive continues. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the stick's move.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A 1st down carry now for Crowell. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. And they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Isaiah Crowell. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return now, it's Josh Huff. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
And that's why defensive coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle, but if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for him to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after that.
Here's Bortles to throw. Over the middle, it's Thomas. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Bortles to throw on second down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. They'll turn to the power game and Olawale. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule,
and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Julius Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They'd have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 10 yards still left on 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw now on 1st down. This one complete to Coleman. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They go play action here on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Again, he'll drop the throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Let's go! 1, 9,
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Isaiah Crowell with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Browns have taken the lead. Not a bad start for him. 2 drives for the offense, 2 rushing TDs.
Almost like he's in the percussion section in the band, isn't it? Got a little oomph, right? Got a little crash, got a little bang. He's got it all as he gets to the end zone. 2nd rushing touchdown, as you noted, on 2 drives. He's off to a terrific start.
Okay, you ready? Wait for it. But that'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them right.
3 yards remaining here on second down.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
On second down, here's Bortles. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it goes to James. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Here's Bortles to throw. And that's complete to Huff. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Throwing now is Bortles. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. It's caught right side. It turns. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Allen Hurns with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They come up in an offset eye. They begin with a run by Crowell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who's that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Eight yards to go here on second down.
Hey. 4 down.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Oh, it's a wobbler here. That's taking it around the 40. So we've come upon halftime here. All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. Third quarter now. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that.
And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go to Johnson again. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Blue 45, blue 45.
Bortles going to try and throw on third down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they don't get a touchdown here on this opening drive of the third quarter, but I think you still say mission accomplished as they come away from it with the lead.
Absolutely. You got to apply the pressure here, make the other guys play catch-up for a while, and now you just hope your defense can step up and protect the lead.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Second down now after the pass completion.
Let's go.
On the run, it's Crowell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Now a play fake here on first down. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
That the penalty. It's Crowell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will tie things at 17 all. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. For that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that'll help him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd down, Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to him.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th. Here's Brad Nortman now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Jaguars defense as they get ready to set up shop. And even though that last drive yielded points, it was a long field goal, so they probably weren't too upset about it. Although here, obviously, they'd like to give up 0.
Of course, that's the goal each and every time out. But when they make that type of a field goal that long, you almost give them a little nod of respect to the kicker, like, congratulations. But you do feel pretty good about not giving up anything big.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can not give up anything big on this drive. Fresh set of downs here. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They have what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it.
Come on, let's go.
They'll go with a big bang. Crowell. Isaiah Crowell. He's all alone. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Browns have moved out in front. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it two ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First and 10. Here's Morris. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. Bortles to throw on second down. Caught. It's Huff. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just goes right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Bortles now on first down. They find some open field here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Bortles now on first down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
I exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They come out here in the eye. The first down carry here for Johnson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. Now a handoff to Crowell. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. What? Not round. Play round. Ohio. 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 Ohio.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Gets it to Gordon. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again, Blake Bortles marches back onto the field with his offense. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes, because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Bortles will try again on second down. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big third down play there for the Jags. And even 40 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control.
That was him, and Bortles fumble. It's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Underneath for Johnson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. On first down, Bortles. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. Bortles now on 3rd and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. They'll run with Crowell. And he's going to be taken. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Again, it's Crowell. And they'll get him down up past the 15. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. So it'll be first down here after the run. Crowell. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. They come up in an offset eye. On 2nd down, here's Crowell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to get this one up to the 35-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards. So quite the turnaround in this one from a week ago. And in the meetings, I made a faux pas of asking, hey, did he tweak something last week? Because we thought he just didn't look the same, but he's fine.
And I was so glad you asked that question. I mean, you had to take the brunt of the whole thing, and, of course, I sold you out on it. But
took one for the team.
You knew I was there with you, right? It was a legitimate question, though, because last week, we didn't see what we're seeing today. The quickness to the hole, the ability to make cuts, the good vision. We didn't see any of that. He seemed a little bit sluggish in last week's game. Not so this week. Whatever the preparation was, it's working for him.
They come out here in the eye. Here's a give to Crowell. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice carry there of 15 yards.
At the end of big-time seasons where runners have those special magical years, you know he gets rewarded. It's the offensive lineman. He's going to buy them gifts that is going to commemorate the year and show his appreciation and thanks. This drive is going towards that because he's locked in, they're locked in. The only thing that's left now is to try and find a way to finish in the end zone.
First times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. And this looks to probably be the final play. Looks like he'll throw here. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. Now the ball comes loose, and this will go out of bounds, so no recovery, and that is how this one will come to an end. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Cleveland, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.